Salvete, Capitulum unum et vicesimum, chapter 21, Pugna, Discipulorum, the fight of the students. So, fight of the students, let's continue. Chapter 21. Ecce, puer qui e ludo domum revertitur. Behold, the boy who returns home from school. Quis es hic puer? Who is this boy? Marcus is. It is Marcus. I remember, once I get to the next slide, pause it and try to solve it yourself. We're going to get to something new. I'm going to explain that. All the old stuff we already know. Just go back to older videos if you don't get. We say, Quis es hic puer? Who is this boy? Marcus is. It is Marcus. Se difficile est eum cognoscere. Nam solidus es, et sanguis de naso eius fluit. It is Marcus, but it is difficult to recognize him. Nam solidus es, for he is dirty. Et sanguis de naso eius, and the blood flows down his nose fluit. Hodie mane vestimenta marci mundarat, atque tam candida quam nix nova. That morning, hodie mane vestimenta, his clothes, are the clothes marci of Marcus. Erat was munda, clean. A new word, munda. Atque and tam candida quam, and as white as nova nu nix, snow. Nunc vero solida et humida sunt. But now, vero nunc, they are sunt, solida, dirty, et humida, and wet. And we got a new word, dirty. We got clean. And we had humida in the last chapter. Cur vestis marci humida est. Vestis humida est, quod Marcus per embrem ambulavit. It's our first new construction of this chapter. Say, why is the clothes of Marcus wet? His clothes is wet because Marcus walked through the rain. So it's just a past tense perfect. Yeah. Tempus perfectum. Activa walks. Which right here just means pulsa hit and pulsa vise hit, like past tense. He had hit. We got all the different tenses. Persons, first person, second, third, and plurals. Singular and plural, first, second, and third persons. Active. So I guess we'll get the passive voice too in this one. So it means we could be able to cover a lot of ground in conversation. So let's go for it. Nec moro Marcus, sed etiam Titus et Sextus per embrem ambulaverunt. Not only Marcus, but also Titus and Sextus walked through the rain. omnes discipuli vestimentis humidis domum viventuntur. All the students walked home with wet clothing. Sed cor sanguis de naso fluit Marco, sanguis e de naso fluit, quod Marcus a sexto pulsatus est. So yeah, that's the passive voice. Why? But why, sed cor sanguis de naso fluit Marco, blood flowed down the nose of Marcus. Sanguis e de naso fluid, the blood flowed down his face. Quod Marcus, because Marcus, and this is the same thing as that we did when we've been doing legitor, with the passive voice, something now. So you already know when you see the passive voice, you're gonna have something like bi in it. So bisexual, so you know he's still in the same structure as Marcus hit sextus, but in this case, saying Marcus got hit by sextus isn't it the same action? Marcus still hit sextus. That's the active voice. Marcus hit sextus. The passive voice is Marcus got hit by sextus. So basically, that's what you're teaching in this one, which is so easy. It is advanced. At this point, we in advanced Latin. Tempus perfectum. This one is explaining this, and this one easier to see because you got sum and s and est with it. The s with your verb, and all the first, second, and third is pulsatus. That's just for the example. Pulsatus. And pulsati is the plural. But they're gonna have different. They're gonna have the original thing. Y'all was hit. They was hit. Nonne Marcus sextum pulsavit. And Marcus hit sextus. Primum sextus os Marci Pugno pulsavit. Diende Marcus et Titus sextum pulsaverunt. First sextus hit Marcus in the mouth, hit the mouth of Marcus with his fist. Primum sextum, first sextus pulsavit, hit os, the mouth, Marci of Marcus, Pugno with his fist. Then the end, Marcus and Titus fought, hit Sextus. Sextus, qui maior est quam ceteri discipuli, cum Marco et Tito pugnavit, et ab is pulsatus est. Sextus, qui maior est quam ceteri discipuli, who is bigger than the other students, pugnavit, fought cum Marco et Tito, with Marcus and Titus, et ab is, and by them pulsatus est, he was hit. Pueri pugnaverunt in via angusta, quae tusculo ad villam Iulii feret. The boys fought on the Angusta road, which led from Tusculum to the villa of Julius. Non modo vestis sed etiam facies, et manus et genua marci sorida sunt. Not only his clothes, sed etiam facies, and also his face, et manus and hands, et genua and knees, marci of Marcus, sunt sorida, are dirty. Cor tam soridus es puer. Why is the boy so dirty? Soridus es quod humi jacuit. He is dirty because he laid on the ground. Humus enim propter embrem humida et sorida est. For the ground was wet and dirty because of the rain, propter embrem. Et Marcus et Sextus humi jacuerunt. Both Marcus and Sextus laid on the ground. And primo Marcus jacuit sub sexto. First Marcus laid under sub sexto, under Sextus. Titus vero Marcum vocare audivit, ac sextum appugnavit. Titus, hearing that Marcus is calling, and fought Sextus. Mox Sextus ipse humi jacens a duibus pueris pulsatis est. Soon Sextus himself was laying on the ground and was hit by the two boys. Magna voce patrem et matrem vocavit. With a loud voice he calls his father and his mother. Pater, mater, father, mother. Nec vero parentes eum audiverunt, but neither parents heard him. Vox sexti a nullo pater pueros audita est. The voice of Sextus was heard by a nullo, by no one, but praeter pueros, except the boys. Hey, back in the house with this crazy family. Hold on, let me stop right here and get something to drink. Let's continue. Marcus atrium entrans. Marcus entering the atrium. Non statim a patre suo cognoscitor, but not immediately is recognized by his father. Sed cum primo filius patrem salutavit, Iulius vocem filii cognoscit, but not first but as soon as the son greeted the father recognizes the voice of the son. Untum cruorem in facies conspiciens exclamat pater, but then looking at his face, the blood on the face of Hans, the father cries out, "O mi fili, quis te pulsalvit?" Oh, my son, who hit you? I like when they get into the story. Back and forth talking, more conversational, and helps a lot with learning the language. Alright, there. I tell you, got a higher cast of characters. One day we're gonna make a show. Very much help us learn. Bosiratus cornu me pulsalvit. A angry ox with horns hit me. It verum non est. That is not true. Isqui te pulsalvit cornua non gerit. Aquo pulsatus est. That's my angry father voice. That is not true. Id verum non est. He who hit you, isque te pulsaruit, cornua non geruit. Horns they don't have. Aquo by whom pulsatus is were you hit. A sexto pulsatus sum. By sextus I was hit. Intelligebam te non cornibus sed pugnis pulsatum esse. I was understanding that you were hit with fists, not horns, not by horns. At quarter to pulsatus is, but why were you hit? Certe non sine causa sextus te pulsaruit. Certainly not without a cause you was hit. Sextus hit you. So you see I almost going to the passive voice, this active voice. The first question is written in passive. So he continues, Icipe ab initio. Start from the beginning. Ille primum a te pulsatus est. That man or that boy in this case, hit you. That boy was hit by you first. Minime na in primum ille me pugno pulsaruit sine causa. He said, first that boy hit me with his fist. Pulsaruit me, hit me. Pugno with his fist, sine causa, without a cause. Diende ego illum pulsavi. Then I hit him. And tune solus sextum pulsavisti. You alone hit sextus. Ego et titus eum pulsavimus. Me and Titus hit him. Pulsavimus eum. Quid what? Vos duo uno pulsavistis? You say what? Y'all hit. Two of y'all hit one boy. You remember you don't need puer in that. We know they still talking about the situation, so we don't need to use puer no more. We do this in English a lot. We already know what we're talking about, so we don't continue to use the same terms in context. And then he said, asked, duo quam uno pugnavistis. Two fought with one. Two boys fought with one boy. Marcus se et titum excusare conator. Marcus tries conator excusare to excuse se himself et titum and Titus. At pugnavimus cum puero maiore, but we fought with the bigger boy. You gotta try to justify that thing. Solus sextum we carry non possum. Alone I am not able to beat vincere sextum. Nam is multo mayor ac validior. So let me start that on. Nam is multo mayor ac validior es quam ego, for he is much bigger and stronger than I. Sextus tam validus es quam bos. Sextus is as strong as an ox. Et tu tam solidus es quam porcus. And you is as dirty as a pig. Cor solida es vestis tua nova. Why is your new clothes so dirty? Homine jacuisti. Homine jacuisti. You lay it on the ground. Homi jacui. I lay it on the ground. Sextus me tenuit. Sextus held me. Said is quoque humi jacuit. But he also lay it on the ground. Noseum tenuimus. And we held him. Iam sanctus audimi de Pugna vestra indigna. I've heard enough already about de indigna. Your you already see the word indignity, so it's indigna. Let's look for a good English equivalent right quick. The whole thing. Unworthy, undeserving, unbecoming, and shameful. So audivi, I've heard. Satus, enough. Yam, already. De, about. Indigna, you're shameful. Vestra, your. And Pugna, fight. That's literally. But again, don't try to translate like that. Listen into it, you'll still get what he said. That's why I try to say it like an angry father. Yam satus audivi de Pugna vestra indigna. Nam cerete non decet pulsare puerum minorem. For certainly it is not fitting for a big boy to fight a small one. Se duos pueros cum uno pugnare indignissimum est. But two boys fighting one is very unworthy. Indignissimum, very unworthy. That's the superlative version of this, right? Hoc nolo modo excusare potest. This is not able to be excused, not at all. This is not able to be excused at all. Modo. Noli mihi plus narrare de hacre. Don't tell to me no more of this thing, this story. Age in cubiculum tuum ac muta vestimenta. Go into your room and change your clothes. Davus tibi alia vestimenta dabit. Davus will give to you new clothes. And this one should be easy. I'll do the first part at the top. Noli mihi. Don't to me. Marcus narrare, more to tell, you know the word narrate, and that, and dehakre goes without saying, this about this thing. Don't tell me any more about this thing. So, Marcus davum sequitur in cubiculum, ubi curorem et sordes e facie maribus geribusque lavat, ac vestimenta mutat. Marcus follows sequitur davus in cubiculum, in the room, ubi where lawat, he washes, cruorem, the guts or the blood, et sordes, and the dirt, e facie manibus geribusque, from his face, hands, and knees. Ac vestimenta mutat, and changes his clothes. We know the word mutat. I know that's new, but we can see the word mutate, right? So you could probably could guess change. We already know we're talking about vestimenta, clothes. So English ain't too far away from this language, though. We're the grandchild of this language. And the words like sequitur, we got words that means follow, and we see words like second, right? Because second, two follow one. And also words like prosecutor. It's this word prosequitor, one who follows. So a prosecutor is one who follows a matter. Somebody needs justice, they go to a prosecutor, and that prosecutor to follow up on that matter. That's a person who follows a thing. A thing. A res. So let's continue. I ain't gonna really explain no more. I just trying to explain a lot early because we know we're about to get into the story more, and I want to break the story. That's the most important thing. Listening to the story, getting a picture of what's being said, it will come to you. So, puer vestem solidam ponit, aliamque vestem mundam et candidam induit. The boy puts down the dirty clothes, puer ponit, puts down solidam vestem, the dirty clothes, and que induit, puts on aliam, other mundam et candidam, clean and white vestem, clothes. Iterim Aemilia atrium intrat. In the meanwhile, Amelia enters the atrium. Amelia atrium intrat. Mater familia statim sordes et vestigia marci in solo conspicit. Et the queen of the house, or the mother of the family, the mother of the household, immediately statim conspicit, sees sordes, the dirt, et vestigia marci, the footprints of Marcus in solo, on the ground, inquit et equit, and says, Solidum es hoc solum. This floor is dirty and messy. Aliquis pedibus solidis in solo mundo ambulavit. Who someone walks, aliquis ambulavit, someone walked in solo mundo on this clean floor, pedibus solidis, with dirty feet. Quis per ostium intravit, who entered through the door. Aliquis e familia nostra, someone from our family. And porcus intravit, ait Julius, a pig entered, says Julia. That's just another way, a future, perfectum, way, same way of saying say. It's like a more of a, you just said it, and you'll get it sooner or later. Quid ice, yeah, I know you're going to start using that more. You say what? Now she just finished saying, right? And porcum intravise ayo. I said a pig entered, and that's where we get the word pork from. It used to be called porcus. I said that a pig entered. Remember the invisible that inside the two. Ein tu, you say porcus ne atrium intravit, that a pig entered the atrium. Porcus qui intravit est tuus Marcus filius. The pig who entered is your son Marcus. Julius Marcus intravisse dicit. Julius dicit said that Marcus entered. At non dicit, but he don't say eum a sexto pausatum esse et humi jacu esse, that he was hit by Sextus and laid on the ground. He didn't say that. I say this crazy family be going back and forth with each other. Aemilia, quam intelliget puerum solidum a patre porcum appellatum esse. Amelia, who now understands the dirty boy is being called, that the dirty boy is being called a pig by the father. Inquit, and says and asked Ubius Marcus, where is Marcus? Cor non dum me salutavit, why doesn't he yet greeted me? Marcus lavator et vestum mutat. Marcus is being washed and is changing clothes. Marcus postquam vestum mutavit mendus redit et matrem salutat. Salve mater. See, I try to use my regular voice as the narrator, so I can change my voice for the children, for Amelia and father, get it more dynamic understanding. Marcus, postquam vestem mutavit, after changing his clothes, after he changed his clothes, mundus redit, returned clean, et matrem salutat, and greeted his mother. Hello, mother. Salve mihi fili, inquit mater. Hello, my son, says the mother. And bonus es puer, quod statim vestem mutavisti. You are a good boy because you change your clothes immediately. You immediately change your clothes. And ludone quoque bonus puer fuisti. In school, were you also a good boy? And again, this is the same version as we're using, but just like the verb sum, this is like we got erat, was, we got es, us. We just use this version for were, the pluperfectum, the perfectum, past tense. Perfecto bonus puer fui mater. Certainly or surely I was a good boy, mother. Laudatus sum a magistro. I was praised by the teacher. And Marcus dicit, Marcus says, se bonum puerum fuisse et laudatum esse, that he was a good boy and was praised. Quamquam puer probus fuit, et a magistro verberatus es. And I laugh because I had to say that in my head too. Now, when I read the last chapter, he lying. Although the boy was dishonest, bad, and was beat by the teacher. I like how the author switched between him narrating the story and back into the scene where the characters start talking. That's how them old sitcoms used to be. Quod dicit non verum, sed falsum est, Marcus mentitor. But that is a lie. What he said is a lie. I mean, it's not truth. Sed falsum est, but is a lie. Falsum. Oh, it's false, right? Marcus mentitor. Marcus lied. Now that's lie. Falsum is false. Verum is true. I think all those new. I think we done had plenty of versions of the word truth. You always see that where you're dealing with something like real or true. And false, every that FAL, give that away. Qui magister was docuit hodie. Julius de inquit. Julius asks, what did you learn? What did y'all was learn today from the teacher? What did the teacher teach y'all, taught y'all today? I gotta remember, I can't speak in my regular normal English. I gotta make sure we know what's being said when it's taught. Y'all, the teacher. Speed up. Multa nos docuit. Many things. He taught us many things. Legeret, scriberet, computaret, etc. He taught us to read and to write and to compute and the rest, etc. Primum magister nobis aliquid recitavit, nescio quid. First, the teacher recited something to us. I don't know what. Nescio quid. Nihil enim audivi praeter initium. For nothing, for I heard nothing but except the beginning. Praeter initium. I'm going to speed up now. But when I translate, I'm going to just go from word to word, translate them twice. I'm going to go faster. Marcus dicit, Marcus says, se nihil audivisse praeter initium, that he heard nothing except the beginning. Id quod verum est, that, but that is true. Quia de causa non omnia audivisti. What's the reason why you didn't hear all? Haha, magistro recitante, Marcus dormivit. He laughs, haha. The teacher, while the teacher recites, Marcus slept. And Julius dicit. Julius says, Marcum dormivisse, that Marcus slept. Nequero mater id credit. But the mother doesn't believe him. So now we get into words like believe. We already get puta, but this more of believe. Puta is like think. But this believe, you already know credit is belief. Hey, right? Credible person is one who people will believe. Incredible means that's not credit. That's incredible. That's not believable. Unbelievable, right? So believe come from this Latin credit. And I know I said I was playing no more. Let's go fast. Audeniste marque pater dicit te in ludo dormivisse. Now she try to get her son back. She try to get her son on her side at least, because Julia tread on her for the father. You hear that, Marcus? Audisne marque. You hear that? Pater dicit, the father say, your father say, said te in ludo dormivisse, that you slept in school. Non è falso mesquad dicit pater. Ain't it false what your father say? Non te verre in ludo dormivisti. I be laughing because the white trouble. She steady trying to get little man on her side. He say, you really ain't slept in school, right? It est ut dicit pater. It is as father said. Nec vero ego solus dormivi, omnes dormivimus. But it is not. I'm not the only one who slept in school. All of us slept. We all slept. Children will tell you the truth, but they wanna try to justify it. They won't tell you. Ay, vero? Really? You say what? No, you say you telling the truth? That's saying vero, that truth. In ludo dormivistis, y'all slept in school. Mali discipuli fuistis, y'all are bad students. Nonne puniti estis a magistro, y'all wasn't whipped by the teacher, punished by the teacher, puniti. Incerte mali discipuli fuimis ac puniti sumus. Certainly we were bad students and was beat by the teacher. See, I tell you, children will tell themselves. Omnes verberati sumus a magistro. We all were beat by the teacher. Ad hoc mihi dole tergum. My back still hurting me. Said Paulo post magister literas meas laudavit. But a little after, the teacher praised my letters. I tell you, I try to justify it. Tabula vobis ostendam, ecce tabula mea. I showed to y'all the tablet. Here, my tablet. Marcus parentibus non suam sed alienam tabelam ostendit. Marcus shows to his parents not his, but another's tablet. And they got that all kind of scramble. But easy to see out in regular way, like Marcus parentibus. We already know that's Marcus and their parents at play. Non suam, not hers, said alienam tabelam, but another's tablet. You already know the verb. Y'all even seen ostendi, shows. He shows. You already know the whole sentence before you even get to the verb. A lot of the times you can guess. Say, quis est ea tabula? Whose tablet is this? Not that. Sextiest. It was Sextus's. Marcus eni tabulas eorum mutavit inter Pugnam. For Marcus, eni Marcus mutavit, change eorum tabulas, their tablets, inter Pugnam, during the fight. Non Marcus sed sextus scripsit litteras quae in ea tabula leguntur. Now not Marcus, but Sextus wrote the letters which is read in that tablet. And now they showing in this early Pugna, the way you got Pugna right there as a noun, but we know that for a verb, but some words can be nouns and verbs. So in this he's showing you that during the fight. So as a verb, you fight somebody, you doing the action, you actually, the word is a verb now. Why we call this something, I saw that fight. Now it's a noun, it's a thing that you saw. So I like how you threw that in there early. We're gonna learn about that later. Aemilia vero quae tabula Marciese credit. By Amelia, who believes that to be the tablet of Marcus, a filio suo improbo fallitor, is lied to by her dishonest son. Non difficile est matre Marci fallere. It is not difficult to lie to the mother of Marcus. And tu nipse has litteras pulcherimas scripsisti. You yourself wrote these most beautiful letters. Ipse scripsi perfecto. I certainly write those myself. Mihi crede, believe me. Marcus mentitor, Marcus is lying. Nam id quod Marcus digit se ipsum scripsisse. For the letters, for that for what Marcus said, that he wrote it himself. Sextus scriptum is, was written by Sextus. That which Marcus said was written by himself was written by Sextus. You see how he jumped into the past, but then what somebody said within the story with the quotes on it. He said that Marcus said that which Marcus said, and then he tell you what really the truth about what it is. That's dope. How he structured that. You're getting real dynamic. How I said it's advanced. Sed Aemilia, qua litteras Marco scriptas esse credit. But Aemilia, who stole, I just had stole it myself, but who believed that the letters was written by Marcus, inquit says, in speaking Iuli, look, Julius, Marcus ipse haec scriptit, et a magistro laudatus says. Marcus himself wrote these and was praised by the teacher. Qui dixit magister Marce, narra nobis omnia. What did the teacher say, Marcus? Tell us everything. You already know, narrate, tell a story, right? Tell us everything. Marcus inter mentitur. Marcus lies again. Inquit and says, dixit me pulcherrime et rectissime scripsisse. Marcus says, he said that I wrote the most beautifully and the most correctly. Nos vero scimus magistrum aliu dicisse. But we know that the teacher said something else. We do know. Julius, qui Marcum Discipulorum pigerrimum esse scit, iam de verbis eius dubitare incipit. Julius, who knows that his son is a the most laziest student, now begins to doubt his words. A doubt about his words. So he say, qui who Julius qui who skeet knows Marcus esse to be Discipulorum pigerimum, a lazy student. Yam now in Kipi begins dubitare, to doubt, which is a new word. Dubitare, everybody can see the word dubit, to doubt de verbis eius, about his words. And I just translate that one like that slowly because they mix this one up a good bit. Aemilia vero nihil dubitat, sed omnia credit. But Amelia doubts nothing and believes everything. Ceteri discipuli non recte scripserunt. Other students wrote correctly too, right? Or then other students wrote correctly too, right? Try to add the non in there somewhere. Didn't. And did not. Other students wrote correctly. Minime, na, Titus et Sextus prave scripserunt. Titus and Sextus wrote incorrectly. Et mali discipuli fuerunt, and were bad students. Nec a magistro laudati sunt, and they were not praised by the teacher. Ego solus laudatus sum. I alone was praised. Hold on one more time. Okay, let's finish this up. I think we much got time left to go, but other people who made it to this point, they pausing it before I get to it and translating it, and they get it and they want me to go fast. So if you're catching this video, you don't understand, you gotta go back. Everything already been taught, and it's just really is an easy chapter. Worry, ego solus laudatus sum. Yeah, Marcus lying to his mama, telling the truth and lying. Vosne omnes iadem vocabula scripsisti. The y'all all got the same word. Omnes iadem scripsimus. We all got the same word. Said ego solus recte scripsi. But I alone wrote correctly. Utiam vobis dixi. Like I already told y'all. Yeah, smart about his own parents. You bad boy. In probus puer. Iam Julius, qui sextum discipulorum industrium ac prudentum esse scit. Marco non credit. Iam Julius, now Julius, qui sextum discipulorum industrium, who Sextus, this industrious student, scit, he knows, esse to be, ac prudentum, and prudent or smart. Now Julius, who knows Sextus to be smart and prudent, industrious and prudent, does not believe Marcus. I always struggle on my translations because I already got it in Latin. Marcus patrem suum falere non potest. Marcus is not able to lie to his father. Ergo Julius, qui interim tabulam in manus subsit. Therefore Julius, who in the meantime picks up in his hands the tablet, inquit, and says, Mentiris Marque, you lying Marcus. Hoc tua manuscriptum non est. because it was not written by your hand. Falsus sunt omnia quae nobis narvisti. That which you have told us, all that which you have told us are lies. Aemilia Guerrero, by Amelia, quad de causa, inqui. What's up with that? What's the cause or what's the matter? She says, un falsa de quise putas. Well, you don't believe him. You believe him to be false or lying. Cor non credis filio tuo. Why don't you believe your son? I need a female voice. I'll practice on my female voice. Sed antequam Julius ad haec respondere potes, aliquis januam pusat. Quis pusat? Vide capitulum quod sequitur. And boy, that's like them old shows in the 90s. Sed antequam Julius, but before Julius ad haec respondere potes, are able to respond to us, aliquis januam pusat, someone knocks at the door. Quis pusat, who knock? Vide capitulum quod sequitur. See in the next chapter. It be feeling like them little old Batman and Robin shows from the 70s, but we used to show them in the 90s. But that's how I'm shows. That's how you're supposed to make a show. Have the narrator, leave suspense open and all that shit. But yeah, that was the easy chapter. This probably getting easier for me. I didn't go into this years ago, this whole book, but probably getting easier to me because we going from chapter 1 through we're on 21. So the more you listening and reading them, they're gonna all be he using the same words throughout in the old concepts over and over and over again. That repetition. I mean, I feel like I'm talking to people who shouldn't be listening in chapter 21 for the first time, trying to learn Latin. I don't need to be talking to them. I'm supposed to just keep talking to people who following along. So we can see you in chapter 22. So you can see who knocking at this door. So peace, pax, and walete. Be well.